Ooh, look at how pretty that one is. Oh, that's really cool.
So many beautiful rocks. That's a nice thing to find on my way out. Happy 2023 from Katie Did Rocks. A lot of you have asked to see my stash, as it were, my rock pile. And since it's the new year, I guess I thought I'd show you a bunch of old rocks. Come along. These are some kind of low quality big picture jasper that we dug out of the ground. This one might actually cut something fairly, because some pretty good slabs, but this stuff is just too soft. It's too bad because it really is pretty cool. A lot of the rocks that are stockpiled are buried underneath snow.
Look, an indoor snowball. Shall I throw it at Jim? No, I guess not. Rock number 2 that I'm most thankful for is, of course, the Montana agate. And this particular basket of laundry basket that I have here was outside under the snow, and I brought it in so that I could show you some of these beautiful rocks. So let's take a look and see what we've got. All right, let's start with the one on top here. I found this one while I was on a kayak trip, like a 10-mile kayak trip, and all by myself, well, except for with Kava. And this was probably the best one I found during that trip. It's got a really nice quartz pocket here and then some cool banding. This is, I'm sure, a limb cast. My favorite part about it, though, is these little bubbles on top. This is a big monster, and I know I filmed finding this, but to be honest, I can't really remember which one it was. So, but again, this one has a nice little quartz pocket, and it has some nice banding around here, and it looks like it's got some decent dendrites in it. So I really like that one, but it's very big. I think this one's about 5 pounds. I like the dimple here. I found this one while on a rock hunt with Theo Kellison. And again, I think it's a limb cast. Limb casts, what that means is that there used to be a log in the lava that was coming out of the Yellowstone River. No, not out of the Yellowstone River, out of the Yellowstone volcanoes. And there was a line of volcanoes that was 150 miles long, and for 27 different times they covered over the forests, and some of the logs got trapped in the lava and then filled with a silica gel that slowly hardened, and sometimes there were little bursts of manganese and iron that got into it as well. So I think this one is neat. I think it would be really cool just sitting there like a shelf display or something. I think this one is just beautiful. It's got a really nice face, and then it's also very chunky, and so it has lots of dendrites in it and just really pretty colors. I love how the light kind of goes in and makes it look a little purple. I just think this is a really pretty piece. This one's not enormous, but I really like the way it is. It has actually some kind of bark on the bottom where it was formed, bark impression. And then on this side, it's got these wonderful bubbles called botryoidal crystals. And I love the feel of it. It's just a really cool piece. So I thought I'd show you that one as well. This one is, again, has some really great quartz crystals here. These cool bots or botryoidals kind of stick up through the quartz, which I think is really fun. They make little eyes. And then there is, on this side, it looks like maybe the imprint of some kind of wood. So this thing, while it's not necessarily a super slicer, has so much going on. I just think as a specimen, it's really great. we're not going to go over all of these. I found this one near Hysham at the something Walton Wildlife Management Area. Hang on, let me get it wet. Now you can see why I think it's so cool. Look at that big inclusion there, and this just really neat shape it has. It's got just a ton of stuff going on with it. That is a really nice one. Anyway, I get so distracted. It's like, no, I'm not going to show them all to you, and then I do keep going and keep going. This one, I love this one because it's just broken at the face and it has all these wonderful geometric angles. And again, a little quartz pocket in the middle. I did cut a little piece off the bottom of this one so that it could sit upright like this. It would look really cool with polish on the back and just as a shelf piece like that. Wouldn't that be pretty? Anyway, so yeah, I have a lot of rocks, and as a matter of fact, I have decided, I am selling them on my Etsy store by the pound, but I have decided that that's just not really working for a lot of people. They kind of want to see the rock and make sure they're going to get something that they want. And I understand that because I kind of feel the same way. Ooh, look at this one. Look at that pretty water line. Oh, that's so nice. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Anyway, so I'm going to start doing, and I have to figure out exactly how this is going to work, but I want to do a live auction on YouTube. And I will pick a variety of rocks and agates and petrified wood and possibly some jasper. I don't actually have a lot of jasper right now, but to do a live auction, and we'll talk about the rocks and let people bid on them, and then after they pay, I'll mail them out, and then maybe I can get rid of some of these for next, so that I can have a little bit of room for next season, because I really have gotten quite a bit of space taken up by these rocks, as you can imagine. Probably unsurprising to any of you is that another rock that I'm very thankful for is petrified wood. The reason I love petrified wood is because it used to be a tree, and now it's a rock, and I can hold it in my hand and think about what it looked like all those millions of years ago. It also polishes really beautifully. It's nice and hard. And it's abundant on the Yellowstone River, so if you like it, you can find a lot. Some of the pieces look just like driftwood. There have been pieces on the river that I have not been able to tell whether it's a piece of regular wood or a piece of petrified wood until I picked it up. And sometimes regular wood tricks us into thinking it's petrified. So that's how similar they look on the beach. Isn't that just cool? This gigantic piece was actually given to me by a viewer who we ran into on the beach, Greg Dirksen from Canada, and he found this humongous piece of petrified agatized wood and gifted it to me as we were hunting along. Isn't that sweet? It's so heavy I can't turn it over. Sometimes opal fills the cells, replaces the cells on petrified wood, and it becomes opalized wood. This is a piece, it looks like it's yellow, but it's probably just river staining. I've had pieces like this before that I've cut, and inside is creamy white with sometimes dark lines separating the cells, separating the rings of the trees. That's what they're called. Anyway, I found a few of these really beautiful opalized pieces of wood, and while they're not precious opal, they're still really cool. Here's another piece of opalized wood. This one's super interesting because the top is actually agatized. See how the rings are filled with a really hard silica, which is what I call agatized. And then it goes up into opal on the top. And this one is not as tumbled, not as river tumbled as a lot of the pieces are from the Montana Yellowstone River. I don't know why. It's just happened to luck out, I guess. Maybe it was broken not very far upstream. I sure think it's pretty though. Yet another piece of opalized wood. This one is just beautiful because of the hardness and the different colors of the materials that are filling it. You can see here it's got some lighter, almost quartzy stuff, could be opal, and then the darker silica making the agatized section. And boy, that's just so pretty. Look at that. Petrified wood from the Yellowstone River tends to be kind of brown, as you can see in my little bucket here. There are different colors of petrified wood from all around the country. If you go to Arizona, for instance, there's rainbow wood. This is actually not petrified wood. This is, I believe, a piece of coral. I don't know how it ended up in my wood bucket, but since it was there, I thought I'd show you. This is called, oh, let's see if I can remember. Nope, it'll come to me later though. Anyway, this coral was pretty common in the inland sea that used to cover this area, and so we find it pretty often. The browns that it comes in are not always dark brown. Sometimes they're this kind of cool reddish brown. And if I can find it, sometimes they're even jasperized, which means that they're filled with a colored material like red instead of the brown. Another thing that I know I love is jasper. And this is just a bucket of jasper that I have sitting down in my basement. Ooh, look at how pretty that one is. Oh, that's really cool. Let's see what else we got. Oh, that water's cold. Oh, wow. Yeah, I haven't looked at some of these for quite a while. These are just beautiful. Very nice. One thing I like about jasper is how many different colors it comes in. On the Yellowstone River, it comes in yellow and red and pink. And then we can get into the churty colors of browns and earth tones. That's a big one. I think I wonder what that is. It must be good because I kept it, right? Oh, look at that. It's red spots. That's a good one. Let's see what else we got here. This one's kind of red and orange. Not as cool as some of them. Still pretty. Oh yeah, I like that one because it's got those lines in it. Neat. Oh, bear water. This one's kind of cool. It's a really kind of unusual orange color, but look at the swirls in that. Isn't that beautiful? It's really fun to go through these and look at them again. And as I say, I'm going to have to start selling some things kind of on a regular basis because I just pick up way too many beautiful rocks. Check that one out. Wow. Sometimes the jasper is even purple. Ooh. Since we're doing jaspers, I thought I'd show you some of my mookaite. Isn't that just, look how huge that is. Oh, that's because I'm zoomed in. Okay. Wow. Just look at the colors in that. Isn't that pretty? That would make some very nice cabs. Several very nice cabs. And this is just kind of a bucket that I have that has lots of different things in it. This is actually, believe it or not, coprolite or coprolite. And coprolite is dinosaur poop. And this is from Utah. A wonderful viewer and his wife brought it to me during our Rockhound Rendezvous a couple of years ago. And I just think it's really cool. And this is Montana Wonderstone, which is a rhyolite. Of course, I have thunder eggs, and I have some rock candy geodes and some Sonora geodes. I have lots of these that are on my Etsy store. And here's some more of that Wonderstone that I picked up. I really need to maybe list some of this stuff too. It's so pretty. It's kind of fun when it's winter and you can't go out to just look at the stuff that you have. So many beautiful rocks. This is porcelainite. I just love the colors this stuff comes in. And we got here. Ooh, some more jasper. Pretty. These I bought at Richardson Rock Ranch. This is rose quartz, and I loved that it came in both purple and pink. I'm gonna maybe do something with this and some agate, maybe making some kind of, stained glass type stuff, maybe. I think that's Brazilian agate. Of course, we've got the sodalite. This blue is so pretty. This is some Spencer opal. As you may know, I have a little bit of an opal addiction. And Spencer opal was the opal I found my own self by digging through their tailings pile. And this is so good. This might be my box that doesn't have a lot in it, but I just like to look at them and just play with them and think about when I found them and how nice it was. It's a way to get through the winter. Spencer opal is one of the only places in the world that has pink opal, which is what that is. And this, I think, is some crystal from Dustin Frine's Rocks, and it was given to me by a wonderful viewer named Lisa Largent, who apparently did some rock switcheroos with some of the YouTube channels, and I've seen quite a few different people having different things, and I just think this is really beautiful. Thank you. And speaking of opal, here is some Lightning Ridge low-grade opal. I bought a whole bunch of this stuff, and I'm both selling it and periodically going through to hunt for my own opals because it's so much fun. I have this listed on my Etsy store as well. Put these in the water and put them underneath the bright light and see what you can find. This is my little sorting tray for my opals. I don't know. I think this is the ones that I found that had really good color or decent color in them. Yeah, that's what that is. This is an Ethiopian opal. Isn't it pretty? You can tell because I just licked it and it stuck to my tongue. Yes, I licked the rocks. Sorry, Jared. Oh, one more thing. These are actual Lightning Ridge opals that have color in them. I bought them on eBay. More than I should have probably, but I bought them at midnight one night. I was like lying in bed awake and decided to go digital shopping. So hopefully we'll be able to get something out of these as well. Anyway, that's just a quick look at some of the things that I play around with in the wintertime.
I want to thank you all very, very much for your support and your wonderful comments and keeping me going and encouraging me and just making my year better than it would have been otherwise. I look forward to seeing what we can find in the new year, and happy 2023. This is Kate from Katie Did. Keep on doing.